What the fuck is going on here? Israel Adesanya versus Nasruddin Imavov. Nasruddin Imavov, do you guys know why that name is familiar to you? Because Sean Strickland beat him in 2023. Not only that, but he's ranked 5th. Khamzat Chimaev is ranked 3rd. So therefore, the only two people that should be matching up, which would be an epic event, especially in the region that they're fighting in, would be Khamzat Chimaev versus Israel Adesanya. A stylistic fight that would be, it would be absolutely fucking legendary. A takedown artist, pure wrestling versus pure striking in Israel Adesanya, a former 2-time champion in the middleweight division, a fight that should happen now. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. If Nasruddin beats Israel Adesanya should retire. Because why would you want to see him fight anyone else? Do you want to see him fight Dricus again? No. Do you want to see him fight Sean? No. You don't want to see him fight Robert Whittaker a 3rd time. I mean, who is he going to fight? Marvin Vettori again? You know, the guy that looks like fucking Steve-O? I mean, Brendan Allen, who just got beat by Imavov because he doesn't know how to stand on his feet. He was trying to focus on takedowns too much in like the 2nd and the 3rd, which by the way was Imavov's last win. It's just like, wait a minute. Why is this fight happening? There is only 3 reasons. Reason number 1, Khamzat Chimaev is being protected by fucking UFC President Dana White. Now, why would Khamzat be protected? Because I think that Dana White thinks that if Adesanya wins, that's the end of Khamzat's career. But that wouldn't be the end of Khamzat's career. It would show that he has the balls to stand up against a 2-time champion and a future legend in Israel Adesanya. I don't like Adesanya anymore as a person. I'm leaning more towards liking Khamzat because his new personality is great to me. But it's like the guy is going to be a future Hall of Famer. That's it. I mean, the shit he's accomplished in such a short period of time, amazing, right? Now, you look at Nasruddin Imavov. Guys, like, who has he fought? Joaquin Buckley beat him. Sean Strickland loses to him. Chris Curtis, I don't know what the hell happened. Apparently, it was a head. But by the way, Chris Curtis used to be Sean Strickland's best friend, but they had a little falling out, which is baby shit, but who knows? Then he beats Roman Dolce in a majority decision in 5 rounds. Then he beats Jared Cannonier, knocks him out in the 4th round. And then he beats Brendan Allen again, another 3-round fight. He gets a decision because he dominated in the last 2. That's who he fought. So he doesn't have to fight any of the prospects coming up. He doesn't have to fight Rob Whittaker. Doesn't have to fight doesn't have to fight Marvin Vettori, which would have been a great match. I mean, what is going on with this? Like, what is going on with this? So reason number 1, like I said, Dana White is protecting Khamzat because he thinks that a loss against Adesanya would ruin his career, which it wouldn't. If anything, it would catapult him because then you still want to see Khamzat fight Sean Strickland. You still want to see Khamzat fight Dricus. You still want to see him fight, I don't know, Chabakhalach and Marvin Vettori. I mean, it would be fun to watch those fight. Paulo Costa. I mean, these are all great potential fights for Khamzat. And Khamzat still has he has years ahead of him. I was about to say decades. No one has decades of fighting. But he has years ahead of him. And he can go up and down between divisions, right? Sometimes he's middleweight, sometimes he's welterweight, who knows? But in that middleweight division, even if he loses to Adesanya, it would still be compelling. Nobody wants to watch Adesanya if he loses to Imavov. So, reason number 1, Khamzat's being protected by Dana White. Reason number 2, Khamzat refused the fight. Or, reason number 2A, Israel Adesanya refused the fight. I don't think that fight was even on the table because I don't think Dana White would even allow that to be considered because I don't think either of those guys would say no. Unless, anyway, it makes no sense to me. Reason number 3 why Khamzat Chimaev is not fighting Adesanya is that Adesanya is getting a huge payday in Saudi Arabia. Because every time that shit takes place in Saudi Arabia, you can guarantee whoever the headline is. And by the way, this is a non-main fight, meaning it's not a UFC 312, it's not a 313. It is a fight night, okay? Taking place in February 1st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Are you fucking kidding me? What a weird fight. I mean, imagine a Saudi fight with Khamzat Chimaev versus Adesanya. So those are the only 3 things that I can think of. Dana White's protecting Khamzat, number 1. Number 2, either of those guys refused to fight each other, Adesanya or fucking Khamzat. Or number 3, Adesanya demanded a huge payday, and the only way that he was going to get a huge payday is by taking this fight with this fucking guy. And, like Dana White's like, fine, I'll give you a huge payday, but I'm not going to put you on a main card because I don't want you to share the pay-per-view. And he's just going to get paid straight up by the Saudis. He's going to get Saudi money just like Francis Ngannou got Saudi money.
I got paid a lot of money. Dana White no pay me money, so I fought Saudi and I lost, but I still make money.
Come on, man. Let me tell you what happens here. Let me just explain to you. Like I predicted, like I told you, obviously, Sean Strickland is going to be fighting Dricus. Now, forget about that fight for a second, but just put that in the back of your head. All right, casuals? Listen, let's say say Israel Adesanya loses to Imavov. Adesanya's career is done. I don't want to see him fight. You don't want to see him fight. I mean, unless he moves up and he fights Alex Pereira, which won't happen. I mean, he's done. He should just retire because basically he would be on a 3-fight losing streak and he turns into a gatekeeper. I don't want to see him fight anyone after that. And he should just retire, go back to kickboxing, play with his little fucking, his anime toys, whatever he wants to do in life. Just don't fight ever again. That's it. If Nasruddin wins, just think for a minute what happens. Nasruddin is either going to be ranked, has to be ranked second because that's where Adesanya is, which means he would be above Khamzat, which means the next logical fight would have to be Imavov versus whoever wins against Dricus and Sean. It can't be Khamzat. So what? The next fight's going to be Imavov versus Chimaev? No one's going to want to see that either. Now let's say Israel Adesanya wins. Well, he's still going to be ranked second. So he doesn't move up in the rankings. He doesn't move down in the rankings. So the only person who doesn't benefit here is Imavov because he's not going to get a title fight because everyone's going to be begging. All the loud casuals are going to be begging for Khamzat versus whoever wins Dricus and Sean Strickland. Now let's go to this Dricus DuPlessis versus Sean Strickland II. Okay, Sean Strickland needs a finish because now we know he's going to get screwed if he goes 5 rounds with Dricus. It doesn't matter how much he kicks his ass. No, he needs to knock him out. He needs to definitively ground and pound and force this guy's hand. He needs to submit him. He needs to do something different. He has to come to the octagon with something new because Dricus DuPlessis is going to do the same shit he did last time, and Sean Strickland needs to get over this thing of thinking that wrestling is gay or wrestling doesn't work or jiu-jitsu doesn't work. No, it works if you apply it, and he could definitely outstrike Dricus DuPlessis. Okay, he did that in the last match. He got screwed because it went 5 rounds. He got robbed. He won that fight. Everyone knows he won that fight. And by the way, the only reason why he got cut, casuals, before you start saying he got a cut on his head, he was all fucked up. Number 1, he wasn't all fucked up. Number 2, he got the head because of a fucking headbutt, and everyone saw that. He was still dominating, regardless. So let's just think about this one. If Dricus wins, we don't want to see him fight Adesanya, and so therefore, if Adesanya wins against Imavov, the only person that he's really gonna fight is Chimaev. Now let's say Imavov wins. You really think the next title fight is gonna be Dricus versus Imavov? No. So who does Imavov fight? Sean Strickland? Okay, well Sean Strickland's gonna say yes to that, and Imavov is obviously gonna say yes to that. Who does that benefit? Doesn't benefit either of those guys. Actually, it benefits Imavov more because he can make a name for himself if he actually does beat Adesanya. But the rankings are going to be the following. If Adesanya loses, he drops down. Okay? If Adesanya wins, there's nowhere to go. So it doesn't make any sense, And then it's like Khamzat is stuck at third, not fighting anyone of any fucking note in this division other than Robert Whittaker. That was a handpicked fight. He leapfrogged over everyone. Paulo Costa, fucking Marvin Turi, Chal Bachalach. Even Nasruddin he jumped over. Come on, man. What a stupid, weird event. And obviously behind the scenes, the thing that's happening here is Adesanya demanded a huge payday. The only way he was going to get that payday is if he took a lesser fight in an obscure country. Guarantee you this shit is not coming out of the UFC's pocket. Guarantee you this is being paid for by the Saudis. Guarantee you Adesanya is probably making bank, probably like somewhere between 2 and 5 million. Guaranteed. And Imavov is probably going to get $1 million, okay? But it's not going to be guaranteed. And it's just like Khamzat he has to sit and wait to see what happens with Dricus and Sean. And then either Adesanya or Imavov have to sit and wait to see what happens with, Chimaev versus whoever the fucking winner is. What a fucked up way to handle this division. Really. You don't want to see Bachalach fight someone? Who is going to fight Robert Whittaker? Who wants to see that? I don't want to see that. Jared fucking Cannonier, Paulo Costa. Come on, man. Listen. This division is so screwed up. This makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I'm glad that there's some crazy ass fights coming. Islam versus Arman. That's an amazing fight. I can't wait to see that one. That's gonna be unbelievably fun, right? And then of course you have Umar versus Murad Dulashvili. That's a great fight. That's an amazing card. Amazing underrated card, right? Bilal Muhammad, unfortunately, he's a little beat up and he has to wait, but I really don't care to see what he does, to be honest. He's a nice guy, but then I heard him talk recently on a podcast. He doesn't know shit about some of the stuff that he thinks that he's defending. I really don't care about him as a person, but as a fucking champion, he's good, but I don't care who he fights. I don't care who gets the belt in that division. I gotta be honest. Shavkat was interesting, but he proved to me that he's not even on the same level as Jack Della Maddalena. And I think that that's probably going to be the next fight for, what's his name? Joaquin Buckley. It's probably going to be Joaquin Buckley versus Jack Della Maddalena. He called out fucking Usman. Maddalena is the one who deserves to fight Usman or to get that fight against against the Joaquin Buckley because, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened with the Colby thing other than he got his eye cut and he was still going strong for 2 rounds. And then some stupid fucking female doctor in Florida. Yeah, his eyebrow's gonna come off. You stupid bitch. The cut was below his eyebrow, first of all. Second of all, it was already gushing blood when you approved it after the first round. So what are you guys talking about? And no, he was not getting demolished. He couldn't see. And even though he couldn't fucking see, guess what? He was still able to take this guy down, still able to control the pace of the fight. It wasn't Joaquin's Buckley fight because Buckley was landing some huge shot and Colby Covington resisted. He stood up. I see these idiots online. Buckley really fucked him up. No, he got the great uppercut. And I wrote online, it's like people don't know how to read. I said he got a lucky cut with the uppercut. And then you get these idiots fucking, oh, that wasn't a lucky uppercut. You're just jealous that your boy lost. Asshole, read what I wrote. The cut was a lucky cut because if that cut doesn't happen, the fight goes different. Dana White said, in no uncertain terms, in Vegas, this fight does not get stopped. He also said, I would have been interested to see what happened if it went 5 rounds. Me too. Because Colby, he goes the fucking distance and he was fine. There was nothing wrong with him except for the fucking eye. Number 1, you idiots don't know how to read. Number 2, you don't even know how to fucking comprehend what the fuck is being said or going on. Number 3, Colby was cut. And even though he was cut and compromised, he's still being Colby. He's still smiling. And you got Dana White saying this fight wouldn't have gotten stopped in Vegas. And now, the same people that are, have their tongue far up Dana White's ass are now saying, yeah, but Dana White is wrong sometimes. Right, now he's wrong, but he's not wrong about the fucking ranking system, which obviously he doesn't respect. So I don't know why he's so butthurt that, his little baby boy over there didn't move up a fucking weight class. I mean, didn't move up a slot in the division. Khalil Roundtree, who he rightfully dropped down. He should not have moved up. There's plenty of other guys in that fucking division who are going to get a fucking shot against Pereira. And it's just like, come on, man. What a weird fucking next fight for Israel Adesanya. Nasruddin Imavov versus Adesanya. What a fucking weird fight. Sean Strickland versus Dricus. Sean's going to have to get a finish because unless he dominates him and puts him on his fucking back, Sean's going to have to dominate and put Dricus on his back is what I mean. Dricus, as long as he survives 5 rounds and does the shit that he does last time, the judges hate fucking Sean, so they're going to screw him again. Sean won that first fight against Dricus. I'm glad that Dana, is not listening to the stupid fans and giving Khamzat the title shot because he doesn't deserve it yet. Let's see what happens. I'm interested in watching the Dricus fight. I don't really care about this Adesanya fight because it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. I don't like Israel Adesanya as a person anymore. He's a fucking egomaniac, narcissist, just selfish piece of shit that he turned into. He turned into those people that he claimed were bullying him and it's like a kid. By the way, he grew up in privilege. I don't care what anyone fucking says. His family had a lot of fucking money. His brother went to fucking college. This fucking dude is a dropout and he's talking about being bullied by white people, but yet his best friends are white people because those are the ones he learned about liking anime and those are the ones who taught him how to dance. And those are also the guys that he walked into when he walked into the gym for the first time to be a kickboxer, right? His fucking coach, he tells the story. He was a skinny looking black dude who walked in with these 3 weird looking white people. And so it's just stop it with the fucking bullying thing. My whole fucking point is he became the fucking guy. He became the bully that he claimed that he was being bullied by. You understand? And so I don't like him. I really don't give a shit about that fight. I'm rooting for Imavov. I hope he wins, but he's going to get screwed unless he does something major and puts Israel Adesanya on his ass and knocks him out. That'll be kind of fun, but still everyone's going to worry about Khamzat and they're going to want Khamzat to fight the winner. And really, the winner of Dricus and Strickland, really it should be Imavov's fucking title shot if he wins that fight against Adesanya because Khamzat didn't have to fight Adesanya. It should have been Khamzat Chimaev versus Israel Adesanya in February. Not this bullshit fight with fucking Imavov. Imavov, it's nothing against you. It's just you got beat by Sean Strickland. I don't know why they wouldn't think that it would be much more fun to watch you versus Khamzat than fight a guy like Adesanya who's probably going to walk through you. And if he doesn't, look, good for you. Maybe Adesanya's done. But you're going to get screwed over. Why? Because Dana White doesn't care about you. He only cares about one thing. How many asses get put into the fucking seats and how many tickets he sold. And if you think what I'm saying is bullshit, there's one explanation for it. You're a casual.